Hi boys and girls, it's Pastor Linda, and today we have another lesson in our series called SLIMED, Messy Situations in the Bible. And you might remember from last week's lesson that I got slime all over me, but not this week. This week I have my yellow poncho on, and I am not going to get tricked into getting slime today. Just you watch. I have my poncho on. I am not going to get tricked into getting slime this time. Now, our memory verse for our series called Slimed, Messy Situations in the Bible, is Psalm 120, verse 1. And if you know how to read, let's say it together. Ready? 1, 2, 3. I took my troubles to the Lord. I cried out to him, and he answered my prayer. Psalm 120, verse 1. Now, last week, you'll remember that we had a parable that Jesus told. And it was a parable about a dad and two sons. Now, today, our lesson is in Genesis chapter 27 in the Old Testament. And it's about a dad and two sons. But these are real people that really lived. It's not a parable. They were really a dad and two sons. And the dad's name is Isaac. And the son's two names is Esau, he's the oldest, and Jacob, he's the youngest. Now in Genesis chapter 27, it says that Isaac, the dad, is getting very old and wrinkly. He's getting wrinkly, and he's getting old. And it says that he's having trouble seeing, and that he's actually starting to go blind, and he's not able to see very good. And he knew that he was going to be dying soon, and he wanted to give his oldest son, Esau, a special blessing, because that's what they did in the Old Testament. They gave the oldest son a very special blessing. So Isaac called for his son and said, Esau, Esau, come here, I want to talk to you. So Esau came, and Isaac said to him, okay, Esau, I want you to go out into the fields and find a nice wild animal that you can cook for me and make me my favorite meal, because when you bring it to me and I eat it, I'm going to give you a special blessing that will last your whole life. Well, Esau was excited about that. Who wouldn't be excited about getting a blessing from their father? So Esau went out to the fields to go find an animal that he could shoot with his arrows and bring it back and cook it for his dad and get the blessing. Well, there's a problem, and it's called the lying, tricking slime. That's what we're going to talk about today. And Esau and Jacob's mommy, named Rebecca, she came up with a plan that involved lying and tricking her husband Isaac to give the blessing not to Esau, the oldest, but to Jacob, the youngest one. And so Rebecca went and found Jacob and said, Jacob, your father's going to give a blessing, and I want it to be for you, not for your older brother. Ooh, that's lying and tricking slime that's coming along. Fortunately, I have my poncho on, so I am not going to get any of that lying or tricking slime on me. So Rebecca said to her son Jacob, all right, I want you to go out to the flocks, get an animal, bring it back. I'll cook your father's favorite meal, and then you can go in and get the blessing. And Jacob said, no, it's not going to work. Dad's going to know I'm not Jacob, because Dad's going to know that I'm not Esau, that I'm Jacob, because my arms are nice and smooth. And Esau's arms are hairy. And he's going to touch my arm and know, ooh, that's not Esau, that's Jacob. And Rebecca said, not to worry, I have it all figured out. She had a plan for lying and tricking Isaac. Ooh, that's slimy. That's a slimy thing to do. Well, Jacob went out and he got the animal quick from their flocks, while Esau, he's still out in the woods somewhere trying to find an animal to kill to bring back to make a meal with. But Jacob, he went and got one of their own flock and brought it to his mom, and his mom cooked it up, made the dad's favorite meal, and then got some fur from a goat, the goat's skin, and put it on Jacob's arm and said, now, when your dad goes to reach for your arm, he's going to think that you're Esau because you got a hairy arm. Oh, that hairy arm was a lying and tricky slime arm. Well, sure enough, Jacob went and went into his father's room and said, "Hello, Dad, here I am. I have your favorite meal. I'm ready for my blessing." And Isaac said, "You can't be back so quick. How did you ever find an animal so quick to catch and to kill and to cook?" And Jacob said, "Oh, God was with me and helped me." Oh, boys and girls, that was lying and tricking his dad, Isaac, and now he's using God's name to be part of the lying and the tricking slime. Oh, that is not a good idea. Well, Isaac was listening to Jacob's voice and said, it sounds like Jacob. Why don't you come here and come a little closer, Jacob? I mean, it sounds like Jacob, but you say you're Esau. You better come a little bit closer to me. So Jacob went closer to his dad and put his arm out for his dad to touch. And his dad touched his arm and said, "Ooh, it's a hairy arm. It's Esau." And so he ate the food, and it was delicious. It was his favorite food. And then he gave a big blessing to Jacob. And he said, "Oh, Jacob, nations are going to serve you. And your brothers are going to bow down to you and serve you." And it gave him such a great blessing. And Jacob was happy about that. And so then he leaves, and he was lying and tricking his father. And he leaves with the blessing. And who walks in next but Esau? And Esau comes in and says, "Okay, Dad, I have your favorite food. I'm ready for my blessing." Isaac goes, "Esau, is that you?" And Esau says, "Of course it's me, Dad." And Isaac started to get all upset. And then Esau started to get all upset because Isaac said, "Your brother Jacob lied to me and he tricked me, and I gave him the blessing that should have been yours." Oh, boys and girls, Esau was so upset. He started crying, and he was so upset. He cried, and he was angry. And he said, "Don't you have another blessing for me, Dad? Can't you give me a blessing?" Well, Isaac did give Esau a blessing, but it was not the same blessing that Jacob got. Jacob got the best blessing. But Jacob got the best blessing because he was lying and tricking his brother. And boys and girls, that's never a good idea. And I want you to read the story in Genesis chapter 27, because Jacob and Esau, then they started to have a big fight and they didn't talk to each other for a long time. It was lying and tricking slime. Never a good idea. Always tell the truth, boys and girls. Even if you want something and you think you can only get it by lying or tricking somebody for it, God knows, and it's never going to end well. So boys and girls, today was lesson number 2 in our slimed, messy situations in the Bible, and we talked about the lying and tricking slime. Never a good idea, and I'm happy to say that I have not got any slime on me. I didn't get tricked into getting slimed. And before we go, I want you to read our memory verse one more time. It says, "I took my troubles to the Lord. I cried out to him, and he answered my prayer." Psalm 120, verse 1. Well, boys and girls, I don't think I need my poncho anymore because I did not get tricked into getting slimed. It was fabulous. I didn't get tricked at all. So I want to say goodbye to you and take off my poncho because I don't need it anymore. Because, boys and girls, it worked. I didn't get tricked and I didn't get slimed. God bless you. Bye. Oh. Lying and tricking slime got me again. Bye, boys and girls. God bless you.